A new application is helping shopkeepers in Nairobi to minimize transportation cost. Sokowatch, the brainchild of Daniel Liu, a Canadian-American, was launched in Kenya in February 2016. Sokowatch was first implemented as Relief Watch, which was only focused on healthcare goods and pharmaceutical products. Relief Watch was a platform for tracking supplies in areas of the developing world without computer or internet access.
So the history behind Sokowatch is the original idea behind the company actually came when I was living in Egypt. So I lived in Egypt for a period of time where I actually saw firsthand difficulties with finding products at the small shops. And I saw this problem actually both in the shops as well as in the pharmacies, in the chemists. And so initially, when I was developing the technology behind Sokowatch, we decided to focus more on the health field, the medical sector. And we created the system, which is very similar to the one that we use now with the Duka shops, which was based on the SMS in the mobile phone, which allowed for pharmacists and chemists to report product availability of their shops. What we found, however, was working with health organizations and with the manufacturers of health products was very difficult. There's a lot of bureaucracy and regulation that goes into how they manage their operations. And then also for a lot of the organizations that ran their own health clinics, they did not have a lot of budget. So working with and attempting to sell the type of technology system that we had was very difficult for them. So from there, we decided to shift our focus away from the health sector, which is what Relief Watch was focused on, to instead work with more of the consumer goods and the retail shops. So more of the kiosks and the Dukas instead. So for us, when we started doing that, we decided to rebrand into Sokowatch, and that became the focus of the company. And that's been actually the main focus of the company since we've been working in East Africa as well.
It allows workers in last-mile facilities to digitize supply records via mobile apps and automated calls. The digitized records were then integrated into a cloud database from which central distributors would then easily and effectively monitor supplies across multiple sites, estimating when they needed the new shipments to avoid stockouts. In addition, Relief Watch aggregated data across sites to provide a holistic overview of the entire organization's key metrics, including total products sold. Only a year down the line, 5,000 shop owners in Nairobi are using Sokowatch to rule out transport costs for their consumer goods.
How Sokowatch works is basically the shopkeeper, so somebody who runs the kiosk or the Duka, simply sends an SMS to our number. So we have a special number set up, 22778. Anybody can text in from their shop. And you just write out your order. So you can say, Sokowatch, bring me 3 boxes of Omo, 2 bags of juicy fruit, 3 boxes of condoms, whatever it is. And that message and that order gets received by our technology system and then processed and assigned to one of our delivery agents. So we have delivery agents who will then pick up the products from our depot and deliver it to that shop. And we do this whole process from order to delivery within 24 hours, and the delivery is completely free for the shopkeeper. So for the kiosk, this is a great service that allows them to get products brought to their doorstep at any time without needing to go out and buy it themselves.
Okay.
New services that Sokowatch offered include data-driven distribution in emerging markets with an equal focus on bringing consumer goods to previously underserved local shops. The app is absolutely tailored to suit the ordinary shopkeeper as it involves SMSs which are available through feature phones. All a shopkeeper is required to do is send a message indicating all the goods that he or she requires. The message is sent to a special number which is then received by the system, processed and delivered to the delivery agents who deliver the goods to the client within 24 hours. To facilitate this process, Sokowatch as a firm has 2 depots strategically situated in Jamhuri and Umoja estates in Nairobi. The depots are located close to areas of dense population from where they can serve several kiosk owners. Sokowatch has several employees, among them delivery agents who are equipped with means of transport such as bicycles, motorbikes and tuk-tuks to transport the ordered goods to wherever the customer is located. The agents have the Sokowatch app from where they can see the orders made by customers, manage them and collect payment. Delivery is free of charge. Sure enough, the depot is packed with the usual household goods and candy, products that are typically stocked in kiosks. This is no doubt a problem-solving innovation, and the beneficiaries are all those involved in the shop transactions, ranging from the manufacturer, the shop owner, and eventually the consumers of these goods. On the part of the shopkeepers, Sokowatch saves them the cost of transport by bringing the goods that are out of stock right at their doorstep. To them, convenience is also a benefit, as one can make requests for goods before they even run out of stock to ensure a smooth flow.
The products that Sokowatch focuses on are fast-moving consumer goods. So we focus primarily on small packaged items. So the type of thing that the consumer would purchase for 5 to 20 shillings. So very small, everyday items. Everything from the laundry detergent to the chewing gum, to the condoms, kind of things that are typically used frequently and that sell in very high volume at the small shops. How we do the deliveries is we have delivery agents who go either on motorcycle, on foot, or with tuk-tuks to deliver the products to the shop. And for the delivery agents, they actually have a mobile app as well on their Android phone that shows them the orders that have been requested and that they're delivering to. So for the shopkeeper, all they're doing to send the order is SMS. So you can do it from any phone. You don't need to have a smartphone. But for our agents, we do have a smartphone app for them to manage their orders and deliveries and see them all on a map and exactly what they need to deliver, as well as the payment that they collect when they do their delivery.
Okay.
Sokowatch currently operates in Nairobi as well as in Dar es Salaam, in Jamhuri, and we have one in Umoja that serves the east side. So really it's only been about a year that we've been operational. However, we already supply over 5,000 duka shops in Nairobi. So we've grown quite quickly and expect to continue to grow as we expand within Nairobi as well as outside to new cities across East Africa. So the benefits that we mainly see for Sokowatch are, one, in reduced costs for the shopkeeper. So because we are delivering direct to the shop, that business owner is not having to travel themselves, take buses or matatus across town to buy product and bring it back. So we're saving them on transportation as well as on lost business, because of course while you're away from your shop you can't be selling. The second big benefit that I'd say we have is for our own agents. So what we're able to do is provide them with full-time employment working in these informal areas. So most of our employees actually live in the areas that they deliver to. And so for that, we're able to provide them with full-time jobs where they're serving their local communities by doing these deliveries to these shops. The final group that I'd say though is definitely very much supported by what we're doing is the manufacturers. So if you think about the companies, they also have a very hard time reaching a lot of these poorer areas and these smaller shops. And so for them, what we're actually providing is for the first time a direct connection into these small shops in these harder to reach areas. And this includes not only having a direct system to order products, but also data that we're collecting to understand, what is actually going on in these communities and what types of products are being bought and sold.
The manufacturer's benefits are twofold. One, from the data collected and mapped out in the database, Sokowatch can facilitate prediction on how frequent a retailer will request for goods. Similarly, apart from the contacts of the shopkeeper, the system gathers information on the geographical location of the shopkeeper, and this information benefits the manufacturers in making logistics of their product consumption. Sokowatch has mapped out all shops and their contacts. In so doing, Sokowatch also widens market for the goods the manufacturers produce. Another beneficiary of Sokowatch is definitely the consumer. The application enhances availability of goods at the shop, hence ensuring that the goods that the consumer asks for in these outlets are ready and available. They don't have to move from one shop to another in search for goods.
So what Sokowatch has done is we've actually mapped out all of our shops. So we have recruiting agents who are going shop to shop and collecting not only the contact information, so the phone number, but also the geotag, the latitude and longitude for exactly where that shop is. And what this allows us to do within our system is match, when we receive a message from a phone number, the database record of exactly where that shop is. So we can actually see exactly which shop has ordered which products on which day. And this allows us to keep track over time of all the data and all the products that are bought and sold within a given area. We have about 25 agents.
The fact that such job opportunities come especially in informal sector is a great advantage to the country as it helps reduce unemployment.
For me, I have a very strong passion for technology, but I also have a very strong passion for emerging markets and untapped opportunities. So for me, while I definitely look at the space as challenging, and there are a lot of problems with increasing access to technology and services in these poorer areas, these harder to reach areas. However, to me, I see that as an opportunity. I see this as an opportunity to take the expertise and all the amazing technology that's out there now, but help provide it and make it accessible to people who otherwise wouldn't be able to find it. And I think a service like ours, where we're working with thousands of Dukas who ultimately serve millions of people, is a perfect way to help make technology more accessible to people who otherwise didn't have it before.
Okay.
Lived in Brazil for a little bit, spent time in the Middle East, in Egypt and Jordan, and then now out in Kenya and East Africa.
You's innovation has been widely acclaimed both locally and abroad. Through his work with Sokowatch, Yu has been awarded numerous international honors, including the Prince of Wales Young Entrepreneur Award, and was recently recognized at the White House as an emerging global entrepreneur. The most recent recognition was in the just concluded 4th edition of the annual Sunculp Africa Summit, where Sokowatch was ranked second runners-up.
At the Sunculp Entrepreneurship Conference here in Nairobi. It was a great opportunity to promote Sokowatch in front of hundreds of investors, other entrepreneurs, as well as influential people in the entrepreneurship space in East Africa. So we were awarded the prize of second runner-up in this competition, which was fantastic. And the conference overall was definitely great for us. We were able to meet some new potential investors, as well as new potential partners to help us grow our business.
Okay.
Yu observes that there have been commendable milestones in the technology industry in the recent past. However, in comparison to the West, Yu points out that Kenya is utilizing technology expertise to innovate useful apps that improve situation by solving a social problem. Since inception, Sokowatch has had tremendous impact and growth. Going forward, Sokowatch has plans to expand operations to other East African cities first, then West Africa, South Africa, and even other continents.
I think Kenya has huge potential when it comes to growing and adopting technology, particularly for innovative and potentially life-changing applications when it comes to everyday living. For me, what I see is the opportunity, as I just mentioned, to create even just basic services that are technology enabled, but make a huge difference in terms of reaching more people or being more scalable. For example, using your phone to access information in ways that previously were not possible, and using your phone to request services in ways that previously were not possible. I think that these are the biggest opportunities when it comes to technology and the increasing adoption of it among the general population in Kenya. That's how we're looking at our growth, is continuing to focus on the cities within East Africa. I think there's huge potential for what we're doing really across the region, both in urban and rural areas. However, you need to start somewhere. And cities as kind of the center of business and commerce and trading makes sense as places for us to focus on establishing our presence. So for us, over the next year, what we're looking at doing is continue to grow our current operations in Nairobi and Dar es Salaam, and then from there, expand to new cities. So what we're targeting right now is Mombasa, Kampala, and Kigali. So expanding beyond Kenya and Tanzania to Uganda and Rwanda as well. And then from there, I think filtering down to some of the second tier cities too. So some of the cities that are a bit smaller but still very regionally important in different areas of countries.